Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TMP Finance. Happy long weekend to all my fellow Americans and happy Memorial Day. Today the market has been moving up. I mean, between today and yesterday, if you were a futures trader, you would have seen that we made 1.61% yesterday. But today we did 0.88, so you're looking at a little bit over, what, 2%, 2.5%, call it? That's pretty solid there. That's a very, very good return there. Let's take a look at what happened last week and kind of give you the play-by-play of where we can expect to go now in the NASDAQ. So, very simple. Last week, I did talk about this dying momentum, and I predicted that we were going to have a bit of a pullback. I predicted this when we saw the third day here of this loss of momentum. Predicted this on the Wednesday, and then we cashed out on a beautiful trade on the Friday here on the 23rd. But basically what I saw here was the loss of momentum. We were kind of slowing down. We're going to pull back here. And we took a beautiful trade, and all the Discord members would have got this alert here, where we started shorting at about 21,400, and we took profits when we saw that we were getting a rejection off of this support line over here. So we took profits at about 20,750. Now this was about a 3 point something trade. So a 3.2, so we made 30% after 9 times leverage. So we did fantastic on that day, and that was a beautiful, beautiful chunk of our trade, our trade profits for this year. Currently, we are up 155% in the Discord, and that to me is absolutely spectacular. That we're already in, not even halfway done the year, and we pulled fantastic profits like that. So if you are interested in taking a look at all the trade alerts that we get, come take a look at the link in the description, but more about that at the end of the video. But anyways, let's talk about our scenarios here. Let's talk about first my favorite scenario, the bull scenario. I'm going to call this a higher low, and I'm going to say that we have so-and-so bottom off of here, and I think we'll reach all-time highs before we start breaking any lower than here. So you can call this your stop loss, and you can look for profits at these all-time highs above here. And we're really not that far away from all-time highs. We're just about 3 to 4% away from all-time highs. So that's pretty sweet to me. So definitely we are in a bull trend. There's no way that you can say that we are in a bear trend at the moment. Even if you want to say, we had some kind of delusional head and shoulders pattern because one shoulder's over here, another shoulder's over here. You can't even do that right now, just because we did get this rejection off this support line over here, and we are looking to move even higher here. So I think tomorrow or the day after, we'll receive a close above this kind of head over here, and we'll be moving all the way up to all-time highs here. Now, let's talk about the bearish scenario, because of course there's definitely both, and it's good to keep an eye out for both scenarios. But this is what I'm looking for the bearish scenario over here. This trend line over here is getting tighter and tighter, and there's not a lot of range in between support and resistance here. So what I am looking for here eventually, and I think this will happen after we reach all-time highs, is going to be a break of this support line over here, just because this is a very, very, very strong support line, and we've been able to rocket up in the market in very, very short time, just in a couple months here. Let's see how much we were able to move up in the market in just a couple months time on the NASDAQ. 31%. So I think it's worth calling a bit of more of a pullback here. We're still going to make a higher low in the grand scheme of everything, but what I'm looking for here is going to be a break of this rising support level here, and you can be looking to target this lower rising support level over here. Now this is a very, very strong support. This has been holding the market up ever since we exited the bear market of 2022, and we can see that over here we've gotten these very precise and exact touches ever since we have joined or left that bear trend and joined the bull trend. So I do believe that there is a possibility that if we were to break this trend line over here, which is getting very, very tight, we can come and see a retest of this support level over here. Now, if you want to be a little bit more ambitious of a bear, there is a gap to fill down below here at 20,100. So you can look for a gap fill over there. But right now, I'm going to say in the next week or so, you are looking for all-time highs over here. And I am pretty confident that, again, I'm not in a bias. If it's time to short, then it's time to short, and I'm not going to turn a blind eye or try to come up with reasons that we're still in a bull trend. But I definitely believe that right now we are in a very, very good position, and you have a great risk to reward ratio to start taking some more long trades over here. Now that is my analysis for the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at some other stocks over here. I'll take a look at my 3 favorite stocks that I'm looking at right now, and one of them is going to be Google. Google is looking fantastic to me just because it's been at such a fantastic price for a long time. We have left this bear trend over here very clearly, and even though we did get this huge bearish day of 7.5% in the negative, this is when they were paying off their lawsuit. We still had this very nice bullish bounce back, and I was telling people to buy Google and buy Apple at this time, and look at that. Ever since we got this low over here, we were able to move up 13.7%. So that is a fantastic place that you could have averaged down on, and now from here you still have a lot of move to the upside as well. So this is great if you're a Google investor. You have about 19 to 20% upside until we get to all-time highs, and I definitely think that Google will be seeing all-time highs. And even though you have news about AI, it is definitely not going to be beating out Google anytime soon. And I think Google still has a space in a lot more than just being a search engine as well. So that's definitely something that I am very optimistic with Google about. I mean, just take a look at their earnings for the most part. After 2023 here, we've had nothing but green earnings over here. And I mean, Google, again, I think it's a very, very promising stock. So that is what I'm looking out for here. I did call a bottom over here, but if you are looking for a trade, very simple. What you can be doing is calling this a lower low, and you can be making a purchase of, targeting all-time highs. Let's say that we are currently where we are now. You can place your stop loss over here, and then you're taking your take profit over here, and it's still decent risk to reward. You can even call this a lower low if you want to be a little bit more ambitious, and that's a 3.5% risk to reward ratio to the upside there. So I'm very confident in Google getting to those all-time highs and new all-time highs as well. Let's keep a look over here at Microsoft and nvidia and Meta. Now these stocks here, I definitely am expecting a bigger pullback. I'm not going to say in the near future, but sometime. So I have closed my positions because we were able to make some fantastic trades. The Discord was able to get alerted for these trades as well. We made 30% on Meta, we made 37% on nvidia, and then we did 15% on Microsoft there, which are fantastic. I'll take my wins from there, but I do see huge gaps in the charts, and these are gaps that don't go left untouched. These will definitely get filled. You can take a look back through the history of these stocks here, and you're not going to find a gap any bigger than, let's say, maybe 0.5%. So that's definitely something I'm looking to get filled in the future there. Let's talk about Apple over here. Now Apple is really sluggish. It's moving along very, very slowly. We have a very strong support level and resistance level of 200, which it seems that we were able to get over today just by a hair. So that is great to see, especially after we've had this this rejoin back into the bear trend support level over here. But I do believe that from here you can call a very, very safe trade of placing your trade like this, right? You have let me delete this trade over here. So you can place your buy here while we're over 200. Your stop loss is going to be right at the swing low over here, and from here I definitely think that you can definitely target at least to 217. If not all-time highs. I'm going to say it, all-time highs. I know that Berkshire has sold off a bit of their share, but I still think that Apple has a lot of capital to gain when it comes to not just their phones, but even things like the App Store and all the AI devices that they are manufacturing as well. And I mean, even if you look at the second place, third place in smartphones, you're not going to be close to touching Apple. I mean, just in popularity and in revenue alone. So we did pretty well on these earnings reports over here as well. We beat by a decent amount. So I definitely think that this is a time where you can look for all-time highs in Apple as well. And even if you are the most bullish on Apple, think to yourself, do you really think that this is going to be the last high or the last all-time high of Apple? Probably not. So again, right now you're buying for super cheap, $200 a share, which is a bargain. And from here you're seeing a lot of upside potential. Let's take a look over here. You can see up to, let's see, 30% to the all-time high. So you know damn well I'm averaging down on any position I may have, and I'm looking for a beautiful trade of a very good risk reward to the upside there. So that is my wrap for today. If you are interested in trading like me and understanding how you can simplify your trading while still being very successful, come take a look at the link in the description, wap.com/tmpfinance, and from there you'll get trade alerts for every single entry that I take, including take profit, stop loss, and risk and percentage risk allocation as well. You'll also get free one-on-one trading sessions with me and so much more. So if you are interested in that, we're currently beating the S&P by about 150%, if not more. So I'd say we're doing pretty well. But anyways, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, y'all. Later.